It's going to be difficult for the SCC. Can they bring this one back and take the lead in the set and beat a match point? Or are the Tartarus Titans going to be the ones to do so? Let's jump right into game number 3 with Dulcin and Trelly.
Yeah, that's the important point there, J-Mac. I think it's match point for whoever wins this. A game 3 at the peak of importance, the most important game probably of the year so far for the Hounds and the Titans respectively. And you know, Trelly, we've seen a bit of Ao Kuang this weekend. But it's all been solo lane Ao Kuang, if I'm remembering correctly. Oath is going to bring it in out of the jungle this time. Des doesn't seem like it'll build up too much pressure early in the game, but maybe later on, it's a carry style of character for Oath.
It certainly can be. It has to get off to a great start, and it can't be bullied by double assassin, which the Tartarus Titans have. I guess they're just more afraid of the SOT Hades, because for my money, if I knew that I could ban Naja and Nemesis and Sina would play Chalk, I would ban those two characters every single game. I mean, that seems to be the answer more often than not. This Nemesis was disastrous last game. Of course, the Morgan had to go. Obviously, Paul had to be shut down here. You're getting the set, which you got to imagine might not be much better depending on how you're able to deal with it. At the very
My bands got through, yeah.
Limit some of that stealth.
We'll go with Titans 2-1.
One shot before the fight even begins with the set, that sort of thing. But it wasn't on the mind here of the Eldritch Hounds. They let Sino run back this Nemesis that he's had so much success on in game number 2. And you got to think that double assassin is going to have much more early pressure than the double mage. I mean, Ao Kuang doesn't clear the wave very well. Merlin clears just fine, but
I'll do a poll for next game. It's kind of too late for this one.
You can't just step up and clear the wave whenever they're both there. I'm looking to see some sparks fly, and it's probably not going to be from the Hounds early on.
What do we think? I mean, clearly mid, you're thinking Paul has an opportunity. Remember, the game plan for the Titans in game 2 was just shove pressure at Ducky. I mean, Hercules ended up, what, 0-3 at 15 minutes, something like that. Ganked him 2 or 3 times in a row, just never got anything going. Does Bologna feel like a safer option to you? Does it feel like Ducky should be able to withstand some pressure, or is it even a viable place for the Titans to be putting pressure?
It definitely could be. It's not easy to gank a Bologna as the Xing Chen, especially when you want to save that ultimate for the execute, right? If Oath comes and ganks your lane and you
sure, Rub Crimson does not have his 3. That's kind of scary.
It's going to be a lot of...
Bro, this mid lane is so dumb. What am I watching?
First, right? Whenever that happens, then Oath and Sino can just run over towards solo lane and start brawling. You know, the execute becomes a little bit more valuable in that too, but Paul is going to get the beads from Crimson early on, and now...
Oh, Oath is low. Sino's going to take a tower shot. Didn't work out for him in game 1.
Yeah, Paul's going to win this game, bro. I can already tell. These guys don't know how the set is in mid.
You already got the vibe there, Trell. I mean, usually jungle and mid maybe hang out for a wave or 2 over in the mid lane, just see what's up. Oath and Crim were getting shoved back by Sino and Paul on the double assassin early, and Crim had to use basically all of his mana to clear out the wave. Red buff is up. I don't even think felt confident in clearing that right now, so a little bit of early pressure ceded to the Tartarus Titans. And Oath will just play coverage on Ducky's blue buff. Now, the duel lane was relatively quiet in game number 2, where it was a bit more electric in the first game. We've got a Terra here. That'll be there for Quig, and so likely helps with a bit of sustain, but a unique...
How's our Tiger so far? Good. I'm watching these this awesome Smite set.
Aurora's played plenty of times over the course of his career.
How about yourself?
Definitely add some pressure. Maybe in moments like this, need some pressure because Stewart is low.
If Aurora didn't block that 3, Stewart was dead.
Small win for the Eldritch Hounds.
That does open up some doors. I mean, if I'm Oath, I'm definitely looking over towards the left side of the map. You have 2 targets with no beads. In this case, Stewart's are down and Aurora just has meditation. Once you hit level 5, could be an avenue to find an execute.
Yeah, B-dubs.
Dive that tower.
Erupts the 2.
See how Kuang hovering the left side of the map, got the oracles, hasn't quite hit that level 5 mark. And Paul is just staying at the tower line. Oath wants to stay away from that set for the time being. It's just too much damage, too much poke, and actually Oath was too scared to even do the mid camps there. I thought maybe Paul would show up. Kingslayer's available. You're definitely getting soloed if you don't have level 5. Even if you do have level 5, throwing Paul up in the air, he might just pre-beats it to guarantee that kill.
Oh, excuse me.
Either way, I think Oath does have the avenue to get active towards the duo. As you said last game, didn't see many sparks fly this time because you're looking at a Xing Chen. You still could look towards that blue, but it doesn't seem like either one of these junglers want to go for any invades.
Yeah, you know, I actually think it's an interesting thought experiment where, yes, the Titans
I think
have
Aljungler's been an
double
asshole.
assassin
I have no
ability to
idea.
shove some pressure through mid and jungle early.
They're probably both good.
But maybe the Hounds are saying, look, these games have gone 10, 12, 13 minutes without kills in both games. Or if there are kills, basically no gold lead. Things have stabilized. First Gold Fury isn't until like the 15-minute mark now in back-to-back games. Sure, we won't have crazy pressure early, but there hasn't been way too much happening in the early game. Could be the mindset of the Eldritch Hounds. Opening up an opportunity for something to get going a bit later on in the game. There's a slight left side.
I think you probably have to build full damage Alquang no matter where he goes. I'm pretty sure hybrid Alquang is not good late game.
This will be a nice win for the Hounds. Steal away a bit of farm from Stewart, and it looks like Aurora and Stu won't even be able to rotate over. So you give it to Quig. It's more about denial. You 2 or 3 split the purple buff. And right on time was Oath, and I'm not sure Aurora and Stewart could have fought. And see how Kwong was over on left.
And they definitely didn't want to. I mean, at least Aurora's med came back. There are opportunities to go for a med bait. You know, if Oath sees that execute threshold, gets a little wide-eyed, goes for it immediately right as that med ticks, you are just going to throw him up in the air, come back down, and waste your time. But usually if you see that med ticking, you're going to wait it out and try and guarantee that threshold is there either way.
Go Book of Thoth, too.
Yeah,
the build Aqua went was good mid-game, but it fell off tremendously in the late game. Like, he was so useless in the late game.
On the receiving end of it. It's not fun. However, the issue is usually...
You weren't in the jungle, though. It had nothing to do with you.
No,
you know,
I'm like the mid laner that goes, guys, why haven't we killed this Aqua?
Right.
But in this case, Sino already has the Brawler's beat stick. He knows what's coming. There's a tear on the other team. There's a meditation. He wants the anti-heal. And he can just shield Dragon Call so easily. I mean, it's not a good matchup. Oath is never going to try and 1v1 Sino until maybe level 20, even if he wants to take that fight. But Sino's going to fall around Oath. I mean, that's the call, right? Wherever you see this Alquang, try and run him down. It looks like trying to find him at his back camps was the call. There is a ward dropped on it as well, but this time the Tartarus Titans are stepping up towards the blue buff as well.
Well, the blue buff not there for the Titans to invade. So Sino will just have to settle for some back camps. Ducky will not be able to steal any of it away. We'll put some damage into Sino. I think still, yeah, has the dashes. First gets caught by the stun, but the second safe enough. I suppose relatively low investment there for Ducky if you're not planning on using your ult anytime soon anyway. Though now your safety is a bit limited, but it's going to require Sino to turn around and want to gank you along with SOT. And no beads, so could see an impact from the Eagles rally, but don't mind the attempt on the Sino.
Yeah, I don't hate it because the one person you should be ulting if you're not ulting SOT's ult is Sino, right? That's the guy that would be doing the ganking. Paul is going to make the rotation over to Quig. Didn't get canceled out of his dash, so we'll have it up just in case the set decides to chase down. That purple buff goes the way of the Hounds regardless. Either way, though, I think that as long as Ducky's ulting on to Sino, making him weak so that he can't actually fight him, it's a smart call. But Sino is still hovering around these back camps. Every single time they respawn, Oath is too little too late. And Ducky knows, hey, if I get pulled in to a root and then my prots get shredded, I'm probably dying regardless. I don't want to try and step up here to this Nem, so I'm going to stay under tower until Eagles Rally comes back up. And I think that's also some smart play here from Ducky, recognizing, hey, I remember the game plan last time. It was a lot of killing me, and I don't want to start this game off to a bad foot.
Yeah, I want to avoid going 0-3 in lane this time. Now, granted, it wasn't his choice. We've talked about that. He had no say in the matter, Ducky did, in Game 2. The Titans simply selected Ducky to be the target of all of their aggression. It's the 8-minute mark. Nothing's happened, Trelly, but 1,500 gold or so have built up for the Eldritch Hounds here. Farm has been very effective, despite Sino stealing away some of the back camps from the Hounds.
Yeah, the Hounds doing well. That's a lot of it is in dual lane for sure.
Has gotten away quite nicely in the dual lane, a 1-level lead over Stewart. Yeah, Devourer's Gauntlet stacking up just fine, goes back. It's the tier 2 Shuriken, fully stacked to the 30. Yeah, technically 29, but we're rounding up here. 30 for Stewart. So maybe a good chunk of the neutral farm has been going there. But Paul and Sino, as you'd expect, both with a slight experience lead over their counterparts, keeping the gold lead from being as bad as it could be. So in a moment like that, you may be hoping, if you're the Eldritch Hounds, you can find a way to force something on left, but still would be pretty early for a Gold Fury.
Yeah, Crim up 200 and Dude Member up a lot. I've been seeing a lot of starving waves here. Remember, Stuart lost his beats early on.
Stu equals poo? No, Stu's
okay,
good.
We're not going to be clearing the wave at all. We're just going to sit here and let the minions kill themselves, and if you're not close enough, which Stuart never was, he gets denied all that farm. That's been continuously happening. Now Sino has to make the rotation over, possibly an attempt.
Dude, could you imagine if adapting makes worlds? Holy shit, that'd be so legendary.
Dude Man Bro. Oh, it's great from Dude Man Bro, but it's still a 3 versus 2. The Eldritch Hounds backpedaling away. The snipes from Stuart will connect, and that's first blood to the Titans. Oath on the answer, though, and it's a good answer, but not good enough. Paul and his rotation from mid has paid off in dividends.
Yeah, Paul's gonna kill them all, bro.
The late entry to this fight, but it's gonna be great for the Titans and terrible for the Hounds on a 3-for-1 trade and a double kill for Paul.
Yeah, unfortunate for Oath there. I think he found a great kill, but the blink and the water illusion trying to confirm that kill is what.
I wonder how they're gonna play Worlds with the dude from Romania. They have to replace him, I feel like.
But Aurora is able to run
with the server being in Texas.
Once shows up, you got to imagine this call.
Dude's gonna have 300 ping.
It might be too little, too late. He doesn't hurry up.
He's not showing up in the sense that he wants to stop it. He might be trying to steal it here. Skewers out from Paul.
I did
Paul's
Paul
got
3 in. What the Paul's so dumb.
Fury should drop here, and it will.
If Paul did in 3 in, 2 feet in front of him, he kills the Merlin. The hell?
When the Titans were 1,500 gold behind, now
it is, but the guy from Romania can't come to America.
2,000 gold swing from that play.
There's a visa
issue. If you're
issues.
the Hounds, you're at least taking a deep breath and you're saying, okay, we're not down 2,000 gold. We're at least even here at the 11-minute mark.
Yeah, trying to deal with Paul at the moment is the call. I mean, he rotated all the way over. So much movement speed from Kingslayer. You can clear the wave, go to your red buff, and make it over to duo lane. Effortless.
Bro, the regular season means jack shit, bro. The way you judge teams is how they perform when the pressure is on.
I am about to replace you.
When you're playing
100
for
months
something.
and still haven't got a ring from you, Zap Feels Bible Thumb.
Oh, Flager, thank you so much, man. 100 months.
Besides that, there's a 2-0 set.
What an honor. Thank you, Flager.
Be able to
Appreciate you, man.
Just by nature of Ishtar's kit is better than Rama's at level 11.
Time flies, man.
So that's not going to be the biggest issue, Stuart getting a kill, but someone's going to have to deal with Paul. If you're waiting for Ducky to rotate in, not a terrible answer. The Scourge does stop a lot of what Kingslayer tries to do, but the poke damage is really going to start adding up. Crimson does not want to step up to this set anymore.
Paul, so good on this pick. And it's something we've talked about really all year long with this Titans team is when are we going to start facilitating Paul again, even if it's just picks, the types of picks that Paul wants to play. Now in back-to-back games, Morgan, one of his storied combinations, set here in Game 3, something we've seen him run games over with in the past.
Game feels over. I mean, the Hounds are ahead in goal at least.
All 3 kills affected.
I would say the set is going to carry.
He wants to find this gank, and he will be able to get the ult out, but Doom Bro's going for the
kill.
Oh,
goodness. My goodness. Sino.
That's a big gank because
burst and Dude Man Bro is
their lead was on Dude Man Bro. Now he's going to be behind.
Now here in Game 3 to be shut down. It was a lot of Ducky.
That's a big
Game
gank.
2.
Good gank by Sino.
Some pressure over towards left, helping Stu get back into it. Because remember, when the Hounds had their lead, 400 or 500 of it was Dude Man Bro over Stuart. That's now completely flipped around in this ROM in a very, very strong spot.
Yep, a lot in favor of Stuart now with that tower going down. Purple buff should be
regular season means jack shit, bro. You judge teams by how they perform when the stakes are up. That's what it's all about.
Left lane. I mean, there's been
it's not about winning games in the regular season. It's about winning games tournament time.
Would walk over to cover the wave, but
that's what it's all about.
Now it's just Ducky trying to get aggressive towards Sino. Remember, Sino fell early on.
Ooh.
Just missed the timeout of the shield. If that does hit, maybe you're grabbing beads with your ult, but you're diving very far under tower to do so. It looks like the right side of the map is the new play here for the Hounds. You see everyone, all blue, on the right side of the map.
Guys, I have to AFK. The bathroom is calling me.
Hey, sorry, you got ganked. We're not
I'll chat through my phone.
Yep. We're gonna play through Ducky if possible.
Let's just say I might be gone for a while.
It's gonna be the call.
Just watch out where Paul goes.
I'll be on my phone though.
2-level lead on the
Wish me luck.
That's good for biggest in the game. Really only one of the only level leads in the game right now. Outside of Quig, 1 level.
I ate a whole can of Pringles the other day.
Feels like all roads flow through Paul here in Game 3. Wherever this set goes, wherever those skewers connect, the squishier targets, baby belting down. And now in back-to-back games, this Nemesis has looked really, really good. If the Titans hold on here, And the Titans are able to win this game 3, and Sino has another good game on this Nemesis. It's got to be something the Hounds consider as far as picks and bans go for game number 4, because it's really changed the dynamic of this Tartarus Titans team. Might do so once again, but no, an Eagles rally from Ducky. That's enough to keep Sino at bay. And here in the downtime, it's the Titans the ones asking the questions, and the Hounds seemingly okay with just slowing things down, farming things up. The Aurora's gonna get burnt through a bit, but ushered out by Paul, who's still very, very strong in that set. We'll go back in, Oath, down to half HP. Paul's actually used the Aegis here, and Dude Man Bro has sent his ultimate out as well, but has not provided that much lockdown. Look at all the cleave damage into the Eldritch Hounds. Quig desperately dashing away as both teams funnel through the jungle. Paul's on a killing spree. Sada's cleaned up another, but Oath is stuck around in the back of this fight. He's given the Eldritch Hounds their first. It could have been a lot worse, but ends up at a 2-for-1.
Sada's gonna chase down Crimson though. Lazy back. Will the yoink hit? No. And Flicker's not back up. This should be an easy execute on SOT though. Beautiful info though. He's gonna be able to
Sot! Oh, Sot does it to him. It's a rampage for Paul. It's a deicide for the Titans. Out of nowhere, the game ignites, and it's the SPL squad punching down on the Eldritch Hounds with a little style from SOT.
Wow, I cannot believe that. Just saved the ultimate. Perfect time. Oath saw a kill flash before his eyes and didn't think to wait for that ultimate and just went for it. And now Fire Giant certainly opened up here for the Tartarus Titans. Ducky's on his way back. Quig is also barreling towards it, but they might be too little too late or just not care to go for the steal. It looks like Quig might path this way. It's going to be close, but Terra doesn't have too much damage.
Look, you know, we'll see what Quig does here. Nothing. He'll get stunned by a roar. You know, if you're Oath in that moment, or if I'm Oath in that moment, I'm wondering why in the world Xing Chen still has ultimate after what was a relatively big jungle fight. Like, in what world is Whirlwind of Rage and Steel still available? But it's this one. It's this reality. And unfortunately for Oath, it's not the simple execute. And that's what I was talking about in game 2. When you look at like stylish plays and good little mechanical things that SOT can do, that's where he's really made a name for himself this year and really over the last couple of years in the SPL. Pyromancer confirmed by the Eldritch Hounds. Oath trembled just a bit. Is that slight tremble enough to kill off this Ao Kuang? Sure is. Paul going crazy in game 3, 6-0. There's been zero answer for the set, and there might still be the skewers. They hurt. Quig will narrowly escape.
They're gonna back up here. Fire Giant in their hands. The Tartarus Titans have all the fight in the world. The gold's still not outrageous. It's only about 3K, but if they get everything they want here with this Fire Giant, that's when it's gonna start to balloon out of control.
Hounds need to shut down Paul.
Yeah, the 6-0 shutdown would be massive. The issue is who is doing consistent damage to Paul. You've got a very small amount of anti-heal. It's Oath, essentially, at this point. So if Dude Man Bro and Oath combine together, maybe you're looking to burn through Kingslayer. But I would say it's ignore Paul and farm time. I mean, that's a level 18 6-0 set, and there's not enough anti-heal to deal with that ultimate.
What do you think? What's the communication there? I mean, Merlin might be the best applicator of Divine Ruin in the game. One of them, at least. Give it to Oath, who, again, you know, can apply it to specific targets. Is that Oath thinking maybe that he's going to be doing some 1v1ing with Paul? Has Crimson got his mind elsewhere? What do you think the read is? And I'll let you think about it. As Oath will go up and over the wall, looking for Paul. Red buff stolen away, but risky play there by Oath.
Yeah, but Ducky is still hiding, just in case Paul decided to go in on that. Oath is still weak. It needs to get out of this fight, but Dude Man Pro is going to have to get his beads burning. Crimson late on the beats.
Oh, no.
That's going to stink. Sino has the chase
body
down
blocks.
again. The body blocks.
Oh, the body
stuck.
blocks. They've set up the snipes, and the last one's there, but it's Sot who deserves it. The Dude Man Bro drops for the double. This one's getting out of hand quickly. At 18:45, another couple for the Tartarus Titans, 10 kills ahead, and about 5,000 gold. And this was the risk, Charlie, that the desk was talking about. If this Titans draft gets ahead, they can just run it down at the Eldritch Hounds. This is a 19-minute mid-lane Phoenix siege, and just a couple of picks that brought us here. The Titans should get it. They will get it. They've got Oath hovering in the back, but in a 5v3, there's no chance.
No chance is the right term. I mean, there's nothing that can step up. Sot is having a fantastic performance. I mean, flashy numbers for Paul, sure, but this Xing Chen diving to the back line, getting relics, the body blocks onto Crimson. It is just disastrous here for the Eldritch Hounds. No one can get online. Dudeman Bro has some decent itemization, but it's going to change once Stewart goes back and actually spends some of this gold. He's got 1,700 in hand. Paul has 3K in hand. He's been doing nothing but farming, and he's still the furthest ahead of anyone else on his team. Just, there's very little avenues left to find a pick. I'm thinking Aurora didn't go beads. He's got meditation and bracer, so maybe Oath is able to execute Aurora under a Phoenix Siege. Besides that, it's not looking very possible that the Eldritch Hounds are able to fight back. Stay under the Phoenix and defend and farm maybe, but actually take a 5v5 in the jungle towards the Fire Giant, definitely not.
No, the Hounds, with a miraculous game in Game 1, overwhelmed the Titans, who have steadied themselves. And now, if you're able to close out Game 3, which again, the Titans should, you know, if this is a team that wants to contend for a world championship, these are the types of games when you're nearly 7,000 gold ahead. SEC team or otherwise on the other side, you should feel confident in closing out. And I do think the Tartarus Titans are feeling that way after the way that game number 3 has gone here. Oni Fury up, Pyromancer will be up around the same time as the Fire Giant. Eldritch Hounds, I guess only your mid lane Phoenix is gone, but not sure. I mean, you have Burn. You don't really have great steal unless Ducky wants to jump in and try to take it away. Titans have a pretty easy opportunity here, and they've got deep ward coverage. I mean, everywhere the Hounds go on their right side of the jungle, it's going to get spotted out, and it's actually very risky. Not sure the Hounds realize it, but a pick or two in the Fire Giant simply doesn't matter. And the Tartarus Titans turn around and end the game. But the Fire Giant will drop at 21 minutes, a breakneck pace here in Game 3. The burn will commence. And it looks like the Eldritch Hounds actually will show up. The fight instead is what the Titans are looking for. It's an unstoppable Paul. It's what you've needed to see from the veteran mid laner. Again, Oath trades out, but it's these late trades that have just not made a difference. Aurora, the only one from the Titans to drop. The Eldritch Hounds have their mid 3 left running. A whirlwind of rage and steel delivers. Quig to the back line, and it's Paul who's taken over the game alongside SOT. And they will close it out. The Titans will be 1 game away from the SWC.
I mean, they did not left off the W key one single time. Aurora unfortunately gets executed, but with Oath not having that ultimate, he's not going to have too much damage here to try and defend. Smart call and low health bars, maybe. They're fearing the damage from Oath, and it actually looks like that is the play.
Okay.
They didn't have minions.
Too early.
So Oath was able to get enough poke to just delay the Titan going down. Phoenix will respawn here as well, so.
Luckily, I'm not feeling too nervous about an early end call. I'd like to think that at half HP Titan, up 8,000 gold, you're still in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, no doubt. But at the very least, Fire Giant didn't go down, and mid-Phoenix spawns back in. So the Hounds can go for a steal. Going for the fight, I still don't think is the call. They were able to kill Aurora, but if you have to use Ducky and Quig diving the back line, giving up Dudeman Bro to an onslaught of poke before the fight even begins just to pick Aurora, definitely not worth it. I'm thinking you send one in as a sleeper agent, maybe Ducky, go for the Eagles rally, go for the steal. If not, you're defending. You're staying underneath your Phoenix. You're not stepping up. Look at the ward coverage. I mean, the Tartarus Titans had 5 different avenues of vision last time. Still 4 wards available. No one is walking up this Fire Giant without them knowing about it.
I mean, it really looks, I mean, the game plan's got to be simple for the Titans here. You'll get Fire Giant on everyone. The mid lane Phoenix is a couple auto attacks away from dead. What's the call from the Hounds, though? They realize they've got a little bit of time. So can you drop this tier 1? It's only the right side towers have dropped on the Titan side of the map. Actually looks like a right side Phoenix shove. Remember the Titan healing up a little bit here, so it's not going to be as low when the Titans ultimately go in and try to siege. Now the Titans have backed off. They've reset. They want to spend up a little bit of that extra gold. It's telling me this is a team that does not want to make any mistakes. They've realized they've got a great opportunity to go 1 game away from Worlds. And they don't want to roll the dice on any unnecessary plays.
And that's probably smart. I mean, Crimson gets a power spike there, finishes Soul Gem, but already had the Reaver and the Charon's coin, so has a good amount of damage to try and deal with these tanks. It's just, can you survive? And unfortunately, it's been no. Pretty much every time the Tartarus Titans step up towards this Merlin. Dude, finished the kin size, that's also going to help out, but if you're looking at the opposite side, Paul upgraded for the Hero's Axe. Aurora's got Compassion now. The Divine Ruin last item for SOT, he's going to be doing even more damage. There was a lot of setup before, but now you're actually going to have to respect what the Xing Chen is doing damage-wise, and that's never fun. I'm thinking the Tartarus Titans should just split up the fight here. Wherever Paul decides to go, you got to be hotkeying that Aegis or grouping up and try and defend because he's doing so much on this set.
Yeah, I'm just watching and waiting for one of these skewers to just fly through a carry. Could leave him around half HP. Krim narrowly avoids that. And you've got Merwin who will clear out these waves. Titans fully regened. I thought that the Tartarus Titans were going to get even more aggressive to try to end this game. Now they are. Sino will get the kill onto Oath, and now the defense softened on the Eldritch Hounds side of the map. Mid lane, Phoenix also drops. And the seeds have been sowed. Titans will take another deep breath here. The left side Phoenix is down to half.
Yeah, and that's that 1v1 you don't want to take. I mean, Oath, whenever he tried to do damage into Sino, eats a shield. Sino gets healed, and then just chases you down. Crimson steps up way too far, and Paul and SOT should be able to clean this one up. A little help from the snipes from Stewart. He gets the credit for that one.
And now Oath, Krim, they're gone. 5v3 on the defense for the Eldritch Hounds. Titan has fully regened. Titans are going to take their time. Left side, Bird drops. You're crossing all T's, dotting all I's, killing all Hounds. Sino will run down another. It's a backflip into the fountain for Dude Man Bro. That was a bit early the first time. I'm confident the second time. The Titans, they will take game 3, and they will indeed move one game away from Worlds.
I mean, saw it, Paul.
All right, Eldritch Hounds, how do we
a
respond?
triple kill in the fountain for Stewart there. A lot of
The only
questions.
team in the NFC East that's clutch are the Giants. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants made it to the Super Bowl.
Matches and gets banned out immediately.
Now the question is, the Naja going to eat a ban this time? Because for the Hounds in the games of past, that has been their first ban.
Bro, I would love for the Lions to make the
Make
playoffs.
it through on the Eldritch
What a
Hounds
year they've
side
had,
of
dude.
bans.
They were like 2 and
Will the
6.
Tartarus Titans let the Naja through and risk giving that one to Oath? Or maybe try and bank on the fact that Oath wouldn't go for that one. Maybe leave a couple of other picks up. Ceranos, Ishtar still available. It's
The Giants never win
ban
because of
away.
their quarterback play,
On the
though.
other
That's the
side,
thing.
Ishtar would be a
The Giants
priority
always
pick for
win
Dude Man Bro to grab,
because of
but
everything else
it
besides
feels
their
risky
quarterback.
leaving Sino
The
for
Giants win
Naja,
in spite of their
and they're not
quarterback.
going to do that. Naja does get drafted for the Eldritch Hounds.
Some pressure, the ability to get involved early, threat towards beads, and wombo combos could be drafted a little bit later on in the draft, but Naja wasn't the only threat allowed through P's and B's. With so many dedicated target bans from the Hounds, you gotta let something through. Something has to give. And SOT likely will be piloting the Hades this time around. A very high pressure pick, one that could just itemize nearly entirely towards damage, but still be incredibly tanky. Brings over some sustain in combat to his team as well. And it might not be the craziest hard
Yeah, it's both 5, yeah.
but Pillars of Agony feels like can force beads pretty consistently, and barring that, you've at least got a 2-second
Chargers,
gear.
Packers.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Packers not even going to beat the
Ishtar
Lions.
for the Tartarus Titans, Ram Amaterasu, the answer for the Hounds. And a bit of a deviation for Dude Man Bro, who's typically been going towards the Don Saburo.
Set Nem Morgan. I told you, chat. I told you.
Global with the snipe pressure, and then something new for Ducky. Now 4 games for Ducky, 4 different gods picked up throughout. It's been Tyr, Hercules, then Bologna, and now the Amma. The Titans round out their draft with a Pele. I can't call that this will be going over to Sino because we've seen Paul play this one in mid a couple of times as well.
Yeah, the Titans have really figured out what has worked so far in this set, and it has been pressure, pressure, pressure. And they've got it once more with their top 3. Your duo lane pressure, it's lined up. I mean, I don't care what support you line up with an Ishtar. She's going to
AFC is definitely going to be the Bengals, bro.
That lane on her own. Hades as well. There's not many gods in the game that can keep up with his clear. I struggle to come up.
It's going to be Bengals versus some bum NFC team.
If they can keep up with his clear,
Oh my god, it would be sick if it was the Bengals versus the Bucks.
Just run it down aggressive with the Maui to boot. This is scary stuff for the Hounds. They're going to have to draft something crazy here to turn around the entirety of this pick spans phase. Naja plus standard mage, always a strong combo. Could dissuade Paul from getting aggressive on this Pele, assuming again that it is.
Jalen Hurts is so overrated. It's not even funny.
But historically, it has been him piloting it for this team. If I'm the Hounds, where do you look here? AoE damage to maybe stop some of this dive potential from the Titans, something that can just control these jungle corridors. Could help out a fair bit. Crimson got a tall task here. I do not envy mage players in situations like this when you just look across the screen.
Yeah, he needs to be getting a lot of attention.
Not only do you need to concern yourself with the ability to return damage, but its survivability and getting into that mid to late game that I think probably weighing heavily on Crimson's mind now.
Dude, the 49ers are scary.
In the past, Crimson's fallen.
Bro, I was so shocked when they got Christian McCaffrey. I love that guy.
Just to get that long-ranged artillery damage could help out a bit here. Still not ideal, especially with that wall spawned up by the landfall from Maui. But you've got so much CC setup on your side, and even more now with the Athena. What could possibly flank this? I love the Athena pick just as a disruption factor. Oh, you went in with Volcanic Lightning? Are you trying to follow up on Landfall? Confound, turn them away. You can buy some time for your team or set up for that damage follow-up. But as of now, the damage follow-up, we're still waiting to see it.
Yeah, it's a huge question mark for us right now. So we got to wait and see what that lightning bolt fills up with for the Eldritch Hounds. Is it going to be the
Jags
Vault?
look good.
Maybe a Vulcan that's been left open till this point?
Vulcan would be scary here.
A couple of things available. Now, and I was
Trevor
just
Lawrence
thinking,
been playing lights out.
you need something not only long raids, some big bursts, but something that can escape not just the Maui, but Pillars of Agony out of Hades, try and get away from Pele. Even Ishtar's Ultimate has quite a bit of range to it. And a good call out by you there, Miss. Something that Crimson has been playing since the beginning of the season, has been playing since his time on console. Thoth going to be the final lock-in for the Hounds.
I have had too many games played against.
I'm always impressed when
console days on this though. This is a pick
whereby because from college in the early years takes a trash team and makes them into a playoff contender.
We'd say to play on keyboard and mouse because he was so consistent.
Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence, like they both done it or doing it.
Especially into a draft like this.
The Bengals and the Jaguars have just been so trash since I've been a kid. They've always been trash for the most part. Maybe one fluke year they've done good, and that was it.
In a situation like this, and with your back against the wall as well, don't want to go out 3-1. I like the composition built around Thoth. You've got so much setup. Just about everybody except for the ROM can set up for you. So that final judgment should connect, and now you've got your target for it. So will be Pele out of the jungle and Vulcan in mid. Thoth versus Vulcan. I don't know what year it is anymore. 2023, I guess. Could have been 2018. This is a wild matchup, but one that I think the Titans have just got so much edge in the early game. It's all on the Hounds to withstand.
So pushing for the late game, the call for the Eldritch Hounds. You've got some decent, at least, hold in lane.
Well, the Chargers have been decent through the years. The Chargers weren't like a perennial trash team.
Trying to dive in. Amaterasu versus Hades. Probably won't see too many sparks flying over in that lane unless we see a rotation from the jungler, and then Athena Maui, both some great setup for these squads.
Carson Palmer,
so for the Hounds to hold out.
I don't know, were they ever good?
For the Hounds to
maybe they
really
had 1 year
to make it to that late game. Is there a player maybe in particular for the Hounds to step up to allow this team to get to that point?
Defender of Olympus got to be perfect.
Well, Goff has been playing good.
Time, right? If the dive is as concise as
Chargers really solid with Rivers.
Tartarus Titans, they're all going to jump on one.
How do you feel about these picks?
That means that if Quig is playing heads up, he can give over so much.
I give the edge to the Titans, but Bo Dresser is solid.
Stickier situations, but it's everybody on those counts.
Ugh, excuse me, guys.
Of the composition that the Tartarus Titans have built here, the bleed could start anywhere. Any one of these lanes could start a bleed and a trickle.
Well, the Chargers had that 1 year where LT was just fucking insane.
Everybody from the Hounds needs to be able to play safe.
And then they ran into a young Brady.
It's all about getting into that mid game. Once you get to mid game, the Hounds have got some fight back potential. But in the earliest portions, I mean, barring some egregious misplays from the Tartarus Titans, I just can't see a way in before second item for the Hounds to take some fights.
This Thoth is something that we don't get to see very often anymore. I mean, we dial back to the beginning of Season 9. Thoth was one of the hottest picks on the market. It was something that was working so well for Crimson.
Bro, they probably liked Rivers more than Breeze because Rivers is taller.
We haven't seen it in a while. We'll have to see if Crimson still has it in. We'll have to see if he still has that Thoth power that he's had for his entire career to bring it out one final time, potentially against the Tartarus Titans, and swing this back. Can the Eldritch Hounds make it to that 5th game. Can we get a Game 5 in our first best of 5 of the weekend with still a few more to go? Qualifications on the line for these two teams. The Tartarus Titans win it. They're in the SWC. They can coast the rest of this weekend and wait until next week. The Eldritch Hounds have got to find the turnaround here. Can they do it and take us to game number 5, or is this going to be the 3-1 for the Tartarus Titans? To do that, let's jump into game number 4 with the Casters right now.
Now the heaviest game of the year, right? I can just say that every single time we keep going in this set. I think that's how it works. Titans 1 game away from Paul, from a roar, being back at Worlds. Some storied career. Sino, 1-1 in the past. Can it happen? That's the question. The Titans have built up all their momentum. Trelly, you and I were honestly talking after game 1 for the Eldritch Hounds, how convincing they looked. You know, it wasn't a must-win rules-wise for the Titans, but we were thinking mental-wise, game 2, Titans needed to win it. You know, coming back after a couple big deficits would have been a lot, though Paul has done that plenty of times in his career. Now it's flipped, and it's literal for the Eldritch Hounds. You got to win 2 straight against some of the best in the world.
They definitely do, and I think dropping back to some comfort picks when your back is against the wall can be a good strategy. I mean, Erupt Crimson on the Thoth.
Yeah, so many great QBs get rings. Yeah,
around for quite some time, however.
Or at least one ring.
I touch on some of Mifflin's concerns about how.
Bro, the quarterbacks that have beaten Brady are like the trash QBs, bro.
Especially if Sot starts.
Yeah, Eli Manning's okay, but Nick Foles.
You gotta be watching out for it. However,
that's it.
I think Oath still does have that ability.
Mediocre QBs at best.
That pressure. You're worried about Paul, take him up into the
sky. Rogers never beat Brady.
You're worried about Sino, get his beats down, you take him up into the sky as well. There's plenty of opportunity there to just try and erase someone from the map. Win fire wheels into that assault and just dead. Like that Thoth ultimate can really just remove someone from play if you're able to land it like that. Quig taking a lot of damage early on. That's what the Ishtar brings. And Dubambro actually had a body box some of those auto attacks just to make sure.
The Giants had the most insane D-line ever, bro.
Tartarus Titans win this one. A date with the Highland Ravens for the Eldritch
Michael
Hounds.
Strahan, Justin Tugg, Usi Umanura. Those guys were fucking insane.
Both of our best of 5s tomorrow in that case. Prim's got to dodge out a bit of the damage here. As Paul is now changed up his picks
JPP,
a bit. In the last handful of games, it was Tiamat. We saw some Set. Go to the Vulcan now here in game number 4.
A lot of
such a strong Paul pick as well, and there's some setup around it. But I think
teams were elite just because of their D-line. Like the Jaguars the one year,
right, because the Eldritch Hounds,
that they made the playoffs and they went to the AFC Championship game. Their D-line was fucking insane.
That's a great pull from Aurora, and Quig had to dash away.
That was like the only reason they won.
But you paid out so much, they end up leaving the Hades open. That's now a massive threat. SOT specifically on Hades, so strong.
Yeah, the 2018 Jaguars. They were just insane that one year because their D-line was on crack.
Return damage. It's sort of the best of both worlds. And I think that's something the Eldritch Hounds really got to think about. Looking at anti-heal, those types of items very early on.
Yeah, could be something that the Hounds need to prioritize, and possibly some invades trying to play through.
Well, the Scarabs already lost to the Mambos, so I don't know.
On the way.
Scarabs are good enough to beat the Mambos, though, I'd say. I watched the Scarabs. They play like a glorified, like they just play this kind of pressure style that's just like, I don't think can beat the Mambo, because Mambo know how to play it. Mambo know how to give up a purple buff, bro. Like the Scarabs, all they do is they get pressure and they invade a purple buff. Classic.
0 for 2 on
and the teams that lose to that are the teams that defend the purple,
it didn't seem like Oath
which are a lot of like the minor league teams.
He said like, hey Duck, you fend for yourself.
Whereas the Mambos, they know how to play the other side of the map.
Towards this Thoth, they had ample opportunity to try and get aggressive in the mid lane. It's worked out thus far. I mean, once you get one item online, I think Thoth into Vulcan is a great matchup. You never really have to worry about his damage. And that's what I'm talking about. You can just dash in so much and to answer back. I think Paul has to watch his positioning. I mean, I know that we were talking about Erupt Crimson being under fire, but Vulcan is not the safest mage in the world, and you're never going to outrange this Thoth.
No, but man, what a unique position we're going to get later on in team fights in this game, Traily. If we're somewhat even, it's really coming down to it. Crimson with Final Judgment. Earthshaker from Paul. That's going to be a fun battle to watch. Quiglow, he's been under pressure all lane long.
Sheesh.
Once again, we'll have to dash away. This time, meditation.
Words do
worth
mean
its weight in
business.
gold. It's topped off the health bars. That's an overstatement. It is slightly refilled the health bar of this Athena, who would love to stick around until level 5. The longer the threat.
Am I surprised by all the Athena picks? No. He was good.
Quig's going to be a bit more susceptible. And so Aurora, Charlie, it's looked very nice so far on this Maui and building up a bit of lane pressure alongside the Ishtar.
I was wondering if Aurora's going to hit 5. He does, but it looks like not looking for the landfall. Quig had that ultimate, or the dash rather, charged up and was ready to leave at a moment's notice. But Purple Buff is spawning back in, and instead of looking for Paul, the Vulcan with no beads, Oath makes the rotation over. Wants to look at Stewart. Is going to do some damage, gets the beads down. Immune.
Stu's in some trouble. Stu's in some trouble. Last auto, it's in from Dude Man, bro. Who cares where all the pressure's been going? It's about where it is now. And an ult in from Oath and an ult in from Quig. It's too much. It's basically a 3v1
Nice
for Stewart.
gang. Dang, the purple's so delayed.
But Dude Man, bro, who's been having some quiet games in the last two.
No, I'm hyped.
Showed up here at the start of game 4.
Hey, yo, trying to solo Paul. Hey, yo, calm down there, young blood.
Will anyway. And it'll clip Krim. Paul flexes the muscles. Remember in the early interview, Krim said, I've never laned against Paul on game day.
Hey.
Well, that's what Paul does to you
What
on
you doing?
game day, and it's a
What you
solo
doing
in the
there?
mid lane for Paul and the Titans.
They were bouncing back.
What you doing there, buddy?
That final
That's
judgment
Paul.
does not do as much
Who
damage
you?
as the Earthshaker, especially if you're not going to be landing the fully charged one.
I can tell that Paul's about to beat his ass, bro.
That turn. Now Oath getting some pressure towards him. One more shot of that volcanic lightning, and now Sino gets a solo kill. The Tartarus Titans are heating up.
The ebbs and flows of game 4. It's a great start for the Hounds in the duo lane. It's bad in mid and bad over on the right side of the jungle. And now Oath drops. Sino feeling himself a little bit on the Pele.
Let's go, Titans.
Style of pick. And what the Titans need to feel a bit more comfortable around the middle of the map. Crimson's gone Divine Ruin.
Don't think Amma was the pick? Bro, nothing. Amma, Hades haven't done anything this game. What do you mean?
That early pressure.
And now we were talking about positioning. Or up Crimson down a full level to the counterpart, this Vulcan. Just doing so much. Remember, Stewart's beads are down, so had to use that ultimate to try to immune
What's wrong with the Amma?
Did not want any more aggression coming from Oath, but where's Oath heading? Right on back over to duo lane, trying to see if he can find this Ishtar one more time. Steps over a ward, so probably not going to be the case. And Aurora is also defending this red buff. But, I mean, the answer has always been who's going to deal with Paul.
Amma's all right.
Looks like Oath is going to try and take him out, beads down, and Paul's going to return some good damage. But Crimson, he's got to be able to finish this.
Yeah, Crim's got final judgment.
Okay, there it is.
To mid.
Oh,
both
shit.
Both teams swinging for the fences, and both have connected, but now Oath.
Goodbye, Oath. Worth it that they killed Paul. That's
Didn't really have a
worth.
choice. I wouldn't say overstayed. It was just the Titans very quick on their way into mid. Oath is now set up too, but he's also died off twice.
I'll put my money on Mambo.
Offensive to get away from that pillar.
Mambo is basically
an
SPL team in disguise.
The potential final games of sets slow down. I'm happy both.
You can watch Mambo. You can see like
and wrestle control for themselves.
Smart gameplay from them.
Single lane has its own story.
Intelligent gameplay. That's what I look for when I watch these teams.
Paul was ahead for a bit. Oath shows up. Beautifully timed.
Look for like
out of the wind fire wheels, but it doesn't
evidence
matter.
of brain power.
In place that long means that Erupt Crimson can answer back with that thought damage. Final judgment for the finish, and maybe some aggression onto Aurora is in snipe range, but the meditation is ticking, and it looks like Dude Man Bro is not going to try and go for it.
This Warrior Mamba says it's going to be lit. I can't wait.
And they don't want to deal with an Earthshaker over the wall. That'd be some big damage. And they don't want to deal
The problem with the Warriors, bro, is like their ceiling is high, but when they play in these games, they play like the fact that they lost to the Titans
does have a small
in the playoffs like a month ago is just like insane to me. They didn't just lose; they like got shit on, and the Titans were like really in a bad spot that weekend.
This is happening just yet.
The Warriors still lost to them though. Like that's crazy to me. Like I expect the Warriors to beat Mambo, but you never know with these guys.
In the Fury Pit, what a call from the Eldritch Hounds!
You know what I mean?
Take control of the game and your destiny here in Game 4. That equalizes the gold.
I expected them to stop the Titans in the playoffs, and they got absolutely decimated.
Need to use the final judgment more so than anything else. Now it's the Titans. They were feeling
There you go, goal. It was just a good call by the Hounds.
And that's a veteran type of call there from the Eldritch Hounds. You know, it's easy to get swamped up. You've lost 2 pretty swift games to the Tartarus Titans.
Let's walk around Cuckoo. Oh, it's looking good, man.
Something to say about it here. But it's Sino once again looking for Oath. He'll dash forward. He won't get it. Crimson turns around.
Okay.
For the first
Titans don't want to win, bro. The Titans are like,
nah,
I don't want to win anymore.
It's worked the previous few.
What am I watching?
Not this one. And now we're all tied up in kills in game
What am I
4.
watching right now?
I get why Sino stepped up, but why did he go under tower? He could have easily just ran to the left and immuned everything and not died. It looks like
hey, Crimson, you know what happened last time.
Wanted to go for that dive underneath the tower. Will be just fine. Great ult out there, getting the beads down from Sino.
Crim, take it easy, huh?
Big. That opens up some kill opportunity here for the Eldritch Hounds. Puts themselves about 400 gold up, not the biggest deal, but a confident win. Because as you said, how many times this set has Oath died because
this
of
is
that
the first, yeah. There's only 2 sets today. Both are both 5s.
They were ready for it. The rest of the Hounds came to play.
There's only 2 sets today and 2 sets tomorrow.
What's building up what could be such an exciting game 4. And maybe if we're lucky, a game 5. The Hounds are able to continue this pace. Now, game will change when the solo laners rotate in. Do not underestimate what a big Pillars of Agony or a big Dazzling Offensive can do. Because honestly, I think, Trelly, a big thing that's been missing, and some of it's been active decision-making from the Titans, is Ducky controlling things in the space in the initiation department. Was there in spades in the first game, and has been a bit quiet in the last couple. So Amaterasu's in a strong spot. Golden Blade, Shogun's Kusari, that early core of items finished now.
I feel like Oath needs to go tankier with Dasha.
Felt just
like a sledge.
And again, a trend that was happening in game
just
1.
dies so
easily.
easily.
What a while is this? Dude Man Bro simply zoning Stuart away from farm. 2, 3, 4, 5 minions per wave getting taken down. Stu will be able to step up and finish off the rest. But pressure's been
the team names?
over to this Rom.
Hi-Res.
Rom snipes later in the game. Absolutely an opportunity here for the Hounds.
Certainly could be. Looks like Dude Man Bro is going to just back off.
Topa, thank you for the prime.
Will be spawning in a bit, in about 2 minutes. But Pyromancer is up now. And Ducky realizes that better than anyone. He's got plenty of damage. The Shogun's Kusari passive is going to help out with Oath. And they're going to start this up. Only Sot to defend. Would be a decent steal opportunity, but the taunt in should make sure that Sot's fine. But he's going in here. He wants a kill on Oath.
Oh, forward and then back. And this is going to be quick joining the fight. Sot dropped on Ducky.
Yo, Crimson, what the fuck? Imagine Crimson had his ult right here. Okay, it didn't even matter.
Together, a double kill for the Amaterasu. Pyromancer +2 to go, please. The Hounds have taken their order, and they've got it. And they're rolling away from the drive.
Yo, the Titans are playing so dumb, bro. Jesus Christ.
Sino's beads came up 3 seconds ago. He decided to go.
What am I watching, bro? They want to lose.
Could have waited it out.
They should have snowballed this game already. If they just played clean, they snowballed this game easy.
Both sat in that Pillars of Agony just long enough to bait him in. And then the Eldritch Hounds collapse and push that gold lead even further up. They're climbing up to 2K now. They want to set up for this Oni Fury in about a minute, so they're going to get more pressure on the left side of the map. You got 2 kills onto Crimson, and Ducky sitting at 2. That's a level 15 Amaterasu now.
Yeah, that Hades is out of the game.
Just finding a bit more farm.
Maybe people stop banning Hades now.
Means a 3-level swing. And that is absolutely massive in the solo lane. Tier 1 tower is gone. You were talking about Ducky being able to control the game. I think he's in position to do so. He's 1K gold ahead of SOT. And you got to look towards these carries. What happens when Stuart is looking down the face of a level 15 Amaterasu? He's going to have to run.
And this is where Ducky can rally the team behind him in a position like this. It has been back and forth for Sino. Really, this game, some great dives in have worked out. The last couple, not so much. Looking at items and levels. Signs pointing to Ducky, the player that Crimson has said transformed the way that this Eldritch Hounds team plays and thinks, giving them confidence. Showing you why here in game number 4. You're about to have an Oni Fury up. Titans not far enough behind to completely forget it, but 2,500 gold, nothing to scoff at.
Anyone who loses today has one more shot. This is the winner bracket finals
Amaterasu goes teleport
for both groups today.
So, one of the massive leads, the massive lead on the map, not present on the left side Something the Titans will be happy to see. But can quickly rotate over if the Eldritch Hounds feel like they want a 5v5.
I mean, it's not going to be easy just because Oath has had some pretty clear targets in the past for these fights. Sino is sitting on left, did step on a ward, so Dude Man Bro should know exactly where that Pele's at. But there's no beats down. I mean, SOT's beats come back up in 5 seconds. Besides that, everyone else should be ready for that ultimate from Oath. I'm thinking Ducky is farming over on the right side of the map for a reason. Uses Windfire Wheels to get away from that landfall ultimate Aurora. That's a good trade. This Hades is here.
This is a good rotation. Just let it go, boys, or just go for this steal.
Ducky is not. Ducky is not. So the Titans here as 5.
Hate that
Good
by
pillars
Quig,
of
bro. I hate
agony.
it.
Quig clearly gets.
He could have just walked up and did that. He didn't need to dash in.
Simple play for the Tartarus Titans, but a couple big ultimates get used. Are they? The Hounds still considering a fight here. Sot forward. Gets the fear onto one. Sino dashes in as well. And Dude Man Bro, thanks to the Aegis, lives a little bit longer. Sino looking for Dude Man Bro, who's up in the air. Crimson drops Stewart. The final snipe. It's fantastic. And Ducky with another. The Hounds down a man. Still find a way to make the fight work. It's a throwback to game 1, an odd-numbered fight that still comes up, Hounds.
And it doesn't look like
Rom all basically won that fight.
Beautiful rotation in from
Because
I think
the backline dive for the Titans went for the Rama, and he survived for like 20 seconds because of his ult. And it gave the front line of the Hounds time to kill
it was immediately pulled.
the Titans backline.
Sot dashed in to try and use the fear to cancel out Final Judgment, and that was the chain. And now it looks like Fire Giant is being pulled.
Nice
Dude Man
call.
Bro, not on the map. Their big crit ADC is not here.
Doesn't matter. They got
the Tartarus
Ama.
Titans know this is happening. Looks like not. Sino is clearing
What
away
a
from nearby.
call.
He's the only one who's even close.
That's the Ama
My
difference
goodness,
right here.
There's drama afoot in game 4, and it's the Eldritch Hounds thankful for it.
Ooh,
All
great
5
call.
with MG.
That's what I like to see. What a great call.
The pace.
Nice
the
job.
pace of a game when the Hounds are playing aggressive and
beautiful.
dictating how things go. It is lightning speed. Think back to game 1. It was still slow, but a bit closer to this pace. Game 2 and 3 slowed down, but the Titans
Just
able
let it
to force
go.
things.
DMB.
Now the scales have tilted back. Titans
let's see if he
still an
steals it,
opportunity,
though.
for an Oni Fury. Dude Man Bro, no snipes. Earthshaker should do it. It does. Oni.
I would say try to steal it
For the Tartarus Titans.
if they didn't have Vulcan. You know
Still
what I
Fire
mean?
Giants
Like,
on
you're never
5
gonna
and
outsecure
5
Vulcan,
towers on the Tartarus Titans
The
side of the
Rama.
map.
Ducky is 4 levels up right now. I mean, SOT can't buy enough farm. That Oni Fury is going to help him out, trying to catch back up, trying to alleviate some of the pressure, but there are plenty. 5 towers left on the map for the Eldritch Hounds to try and grab, and it looks like Tier 1 and mid will be first on that list. The Oni minion shouldn't be a big deal because they're able to just defend slowly, but it looks like the Tartarus Titans are going to step up here. They don't want to give these towers up for free because that would mean this gold league gets to climb even further ahead. I think they still have plenty
He
of
was level
damage.
13. Holy fuck, yeah. I was level
One thing
18.
to note, when you're getting a Fire Giant at 15 minutes and you want Ducky to be able to tank everything, it's not going to be easy. He only has Berserker Shield as his physical defense item for now. The Fire Giant regen will help, but you're still a level 18 Amaterasu that has to tank up a full Tier 2 tower. It's going to be slow and trying to poke out, but Oath actually blinks in.
Wow, Ducky at level 19 at 17 minutes. Can follow up the damage, but it's Crimson with the final judgment that lets it fly. Paul answers back. Stuns
If they killed
out
Ducky, that's huge.
from Stewart, and it's enough to drop Ducky the Amaterasu
That's
now off
huge,
the map.
bro.
You needed your level 19 Ama from the solo lane.
That's
You called it
really
right, Trey,
bad.
tanking up the tower, way too much damage on the defense from the Titans.
Ducky dying there is
Really
awful.
grabs the kill.
Paul Aegis.
Ducky was on pace to smash a level 20 at 20 minutes type of record, right? We were a minute or 2 away from it. Might be hard pressed to find it now. Hounds get a couple of towers, but Titans okay on the defense.
Good damage in from Crimson, though. Getting Paul's Aegis down when the fight's already over, that's a big win. Sino was able to steal away a blue buff in the meantime. This does put the brakes on the Fire Giant push for now, but you still have it on Crimson, Quig, and Dude Man Bro. I have to imagine, if the Hounds played that a bit slower, just went for left Tier 1, mid Tier 1, and then just used some poke from Erupt Crimson, they would have been fine, but it seemed to me the call was, hey, Oath is going to ult up SOT.
I don't think
Ducky's gonna
the Hounds need to all in like that when they have Thoth. They have the ranged
One thing
poke
they didn't
advantage.
Consider is the fact that Ducky could die. because he was
Not to mention Athena taunt on the front line that they can't really like. The Titans, they want to all in these fights. They want to all in. They have to all in.
Inside tier 2 seems to be the call. You can tell Stewart just went back to base.
So like the Hounds all inning like that just plays into the Titans' hands. That's what they want to do.
But slowly and surely,
Dummies.
I don't think they're actually going to walk up for this one. I think it was an attempt, and they're just going to retreat. Early Fire Giant doesn't net too much, but the Eldritch Hounds surely.
Do I think the Hounds have a chance to beat Mambo? Yeah, definitely.
It's all on Crimson at this
All three of these teams in this group are capable of beating each other. Well, actually, the Hounds aren't even in the Mambo group.
Oh no, has he stepped too far forward? Sure has, and
Alright,
again.
well, come on.
Tartarus, the level 19.
Come on.
Was 4 levels ahead of SOT a moment ago. Now only 3, and it's likely to close up a bit more. The Titans incensed with how this game has gone so far.
What the fuck is Ducky doing there? Why are they going in so hard like that? They have a Thoth Athena. Just walk up and taunt.
Becomes a bit easier on the remaining members of the Eldritch Hounds. Fire Giant buff falls off now. Really 3
They don't have to go all in like that, bro. Relax. Take it easy. Use your Thoth. Use your Athena.
A couple stabilizations, yeah, in the gold department. In reality, Trelly, what was a fantastic call from the Hounds and still a net benefit. Was not a game-breaking type of moment for the Titans. They are very much in this, very much have the opportunity to defend.
Yeah, Ducky just hasn't really been able to upgrade the build too much. Right when they got that big influx of gold, it was spent on a full Toxic Plane. Can't help but think Emperor's Armor, Spirit Robe, something that would have made him a bit tankier. Could have been the better call, but no longer can make that decision. Fire Giant spawning back in 15 seconds, and Primal Fury about 40 seconds away. We are so early into this late game that Primal Fury still could be the priority here instead of that Fire Giant. Not to say that you want to give up Fire Giant, but the gold is still incredibly relevant this early on, especially when you don't have any level 20s on the side of the Tartarus Titans. Ducky's just going to split.
He still got it. He still got it. 20, was it like 20, 30 seconds or something over the 20-minute mark?
He still hit that 20 at 20. But he hasn't got any tankier. He wants that Death's Embrace.
Right.
Once he gets that, more healing for sure. But I'm still not seeing that ability to dive a tier 2 tower. Ducky's actually not leaving. I think he's got
Berserker's on Naja. Yeah, I don't like it either.
He wants to drag someone over.
The sledge is good. I think he should have just went more pen, honestly, like a Titan's Main or Heartseeker.
It looks like Ducky realizes, hey, no one's coming yet, so I'm going to stick around. My team's looking at Fire Giant. They know no one's there either.
Well, it shows you, I think, just how far ahead Ducky was. That Ducky's effectively been dead for the last 3 minutes of game time, and still is 3 levels ahead of SOT. Trebuchet pulled it. It's Stewart on the left side of the map. Hounds that actually pull the FG and then drop it, despite Stewart being over here on left. And so still not
yeah, Flash.
fully happy, despite pulling the Ishtar over to the left side.
Like, both teams don't want to win.
Very headstrong in some of their shot calling so far this game. Not that headstrong, well, would have been a headstrong call, while Stewart is over dealing with the waves on the left side of the map.
Yeah, would have preferred that, but it looks like Ducky made his
would that have been your
back
call?
Over for sure.
Teleport in and pull FG while Stu's on left? Would that have been your call?
You don't even have to teleport. I think you're just faster than Stewart. I mean, I'm across
sure,
you. It's
just walk
so
faster.
Quick. Now it looks like trying to poke out is the name of the game here, and you gotta look towards Crimson. Has the best range on map. Ducky's gonna try to solo zone away this Vulcan, and Fire Giant has been started up. Not really fully committed to just yet. You know SOT and Aurora are gonna walk in and see. Right when they show up, immediately the Hounds show their hand. They stop, and they look to fight.
Earthshaker and Final Judgment both available. Are they both going to get used? Yes, they will! And it's the Titans who take the FG. Who else but Paul steps up and sought on the answer. But Doomman, bro, he's still alive. He steps forward. He's got the autos. Paul trading blows. And it's down to Ducky and Crimson. And Ducky and Crim are winning the day.
Bro.
Can Paul find the 2v1? Might be able to get the first.
Crimson's ult was so late.
Playmaker makes the play. Call it a wash on the right side.
So late that ult, bro.
Ducky and Crimson get to split up Paul a bit. He's making the smart play. He's going to go for mid-tier 1 tower, whereas Crimson and Ducky grab the tier 2 over on right. I think the Eldritch Hounds got the Fire Giant a little bit.
Go for Phoenix, no cap.
Trying to bait, right? If they're looking for the fight after, you got to make sure that you're not letting it get in Earthshaker range.
Out secures. I mean, it was low enough for both their ults to secure it. He just didn't. He didn't let it rip.
Evade and punish from Rub Crimson, and this Vulcan is deleted. And it looks like Phoenix is the call. Once those minions walk in, there's no way Crimson can get his autos in. Actually, he's gonna have to respect this. Ducky wants to go for it, though.
Ducky's way too low, but he's got an ult. He's got an ult from Quig. Ducky's gonna die anyway. It's right side Phoenix for Ducky. That's your call now. Roar and Paul on the chase. SOT coming back from base as well. A slight knock aside onto Quig. At some point here we'll be able to dash away. Dodges the hook from Aurora, had to, otherwise we're maybe continuing this chase. Yeah, try to break that one down, Trelly. I don't know, you get a chaotic Fire Giant fight. Paul secures it, then the carries stay alive, and we swing back and forth. Hounds will call it worth now that they got a right side Phoenix, but Golden experience-wise, we've gone nowhere.
I think there's one key moment that made that worthwhile for the Titans. They 100% get wiped there if Dude Man Bro doesn't eat a full combo pre-Aegis from Paul. That Rama was absolutely shredding, went for this full crit build again. I saw him get a triple kill lineup, and then Paul stuffs him with a meatball and a backfire at the same time. Dude Man Bro then goes, oh man, that was a lot of damage, I'm gonna Aegis after, and the turret helps finish him off. If he pre-Aegises that combo, I'm thinking you have Rama, Erupt Crimson, and Ducky alive against just Paul, and at that point, Paul's dead. You're losing a Phoenix and then some. But Paul makes a huge play and a little bit slow on the Aegis, and now you lose your right side Phoenix, which is not the end of the world, and the Eldritch Hounds have no Fire Giant to push with. I mean, it's sitting on Paul right now.
What drama has been sprinkled here into Game 4, and how important it is. Remember, the Eldritch Hounds will not be out of Worlds contention if they lose this match, they lose this game, but they will have to play tomorrow. The Highland Ravens assuredly watching this one, wondering who their opponent tomorrow will be and what will be a Worlds promotion and also knockout game. Both of our best of fives tomorrow will be that. Today, just promotions to the SWC quarterfinals. And we'll find out the quarterfinal matchups after the show tomorrow, where the captains of the 4 teams will choose what teams they want to play from the 4 that advance. And both of these teams looking real strong right now, as we've gone back and forth. More drama to be had, assuredly. Right side Phoenix still down. Sino over there dealing with the fire minion wave. So some time has been bought for the Titans.
Too bad, bro. Still has no pen, but
only Aurora's Bracer down.
These guys are not that tanky.
Everyone else in the game, everything at their disposal.
I'm a little confused what the Hounds are doing here. If they didn't want to fight a 5v4, why does this fight look any better? We'll see. Maybe because Stewart's missing half his HP.
Yeah, Clips
pushes
away. He's pulled back into the Phoenix line. It's Aurora hand delivering the mid laner to Paul's doorstep. Quig will ult away, but Sino still an opportunity.
Holy fuck, what a Maui ult.
Engage on the Eldritch Hounds. Quig solo might just need to trade his life. The taunt slows down the engage, and Ducky ushering his team away from the chase of the Titans. And Quig takes pathing that pulls the Titans away from the other 2. And I agree, Trelly, there's a bit
what
of
confusion. What a Maui ult.
You don't have Fire Giant. You didn't want to fight a 4v5.
Aurora.
You take the push, and Tartarus Titans make you pay.
Yeah, that's just something. I think if the Hounds could watch that back, they go, okay, wait, we knew Sino wasn't right. We pinged him. We decided this is a good fight.
Oh, Shuko, thank you. How do you even know that dual main? Just experience.
Now it looks a lot better. We don't know why, but we're going to go in. It was a great ult. Yeah, Stewart got half health. There was no finish. Stewart didn't even end up relicking. Quig dashes in, gets stuck in the Pillars of Agony. He's underneath a Phoenix, and that started to really eat him up. He used the defender.
A lot of abilities do the same amount of damage.
Unfortunately, falls down. Crimson wasn't a good position, but good beads does not.
Like Hachi 2, Hell 1, like things like that. They do very similar damage.
Giant is up.
And you just know how much it's going to do on the enemy health bar.
Paul and Stewart goes untouched. I'm assuming the Tartarus Titans feeling a little bit more confident going for this pull.
I'm not sure my heart can take another.
Look how little damage Dude Man Bro does to Aurora. He has no pen. That's the problem with this triple crit build. If it stalls out,
on the left side of the map, has
build stalls out, you don't do any damage to the tanks. But you don't really go this build if they have tanks.
I mean, surely an Amaterasu with this type of attack speed can solo a Phoenix, but it's going to take a little bit of time. It's Sino who's over towards the left. Now the question is, are the Hounds in a position to immediately do something about the 4v5 in the Fire Giant pit. Not quite. Clearing the mid lane camps. Sino will deal with the left side minions just fine. But not a full grouping from the Hounds, while the Titans are as 4 behind the FG pit.
Yeah, looks like Ducky's plan worked. You pulled Sino away, but once again, are you going to teleport back in?
Who do you like in that 1v1? Do you think you see those two fighting, Sino and Ducky?
With the way that Sino's built, I don't think he wants to fight Ducky. I mean, he went for the Berserker Shield and the Magi. He's killing squishies. And Ducky's got the Toxic Blade and can also choose to run away at any moment if he doesn't like the fight. So it looks like no 1v1 going to happen. Ducky has not left, though. He is still sticking over there. He's got purple buff as well. He has good attack speed. Someone will eventually have to deal with this, but I don't see why the Tartarus Titans don't just go for the fight here, and it looks like they might be forced into it.
It's a Roar who's taunted forward. Where is Ducky? Still dealing with waves on left. Earthshaker onto Oath, and that's a kill, but there's good damage out from Erupt Crimson.
I don't understand. I don't understand why these fucking guys keep all-inning, bro. Why is Oath
He'll deal with Ducky on the left.
all-inning the Maui, bro?
Also back in base.
Gonna miss all?
So still
He hit the Hades. It didn't matter if he hit the Maui. The Maui's not gonna die.
Hounds
Like, that play is just so dumb. Like,
if I'm Najah, there's no way I'm ulting Aurora.
they just poked Aurora to half?
Unless it's a taunt.
Why do you have to sash in and ult?
Combo from Crimson, then I'm ulting him, sure.
Why? Why are you all-inning, bro? I keep telling you that their comp is good at poking. Not all-inning. The Titans want to all-in. You guys don't want to all-in. Understand your comp. Dummies!
You're in a position where it's Enhanced Fire Giant. We are 30 minutes into this game. You don't have your jungler, and Ducky's not split pushing anymore. It's a 5v4, and here comes Sino.
Sino has found Crimson. What a target for the Titans jungler to grab, but Aurora concerned.
Somebody help Crimson, bro.
Cannot
Oh
turn it
my.
around. Dude, man, bro, can't either. And in one fell swoop,
The Hounds
Ducky,
deserve to lose
Crim,
this.
They're both gone. Quig is as well. It's a respawn through from Oath, and the Tartarus
They deserve
Titans
to lose this.
get 4 on the right side.
They do get 4, but Paul has both relics available. It looks like that tier 2 tower will drop, but don't have the HP bars to walk in for Phoenix. They're going to have to back up and go for the Enhanced Fire Giant. If Paul didn't have relics, maybe Oath takes that 1v1, but wasn't even able to hit the sash. And now EFG goes down.
The Hounds could easily have won this game, but they just don't know how to play their comp.
Couldn't get it off and loses that trade. Still hit him for the final judgment.
Could they not have end? Probably could have, yeah.
It was not a 1v1.
But they didn't want to risk it.
A bit of a disjointed
What's up, D?
fight
How are
for
you, man?
the Eldritch Hounds. And now you're definitely losing that right side Phoenix for free, no contest. What happens after, though? We'll have to see after Oath goes back to base. Tartarus Titans are going to play this one slow, get the Phoenix and back up.
Yeah, just the right side bird, the only one that's open. 2 tier 2 towers still remain. I mean, it has been cool, calm, and collected play from the Titans. But I think you can tell, Trelly, it's been a bit, I mean, confused probably not the right word, but I don't think the Hounds knew exactly what they wanted to do with the Ducky split push. There was no immediate grouping on the FG when Sino was pulled over and then Sot was pulled over. And really, just a big roundabout gank. Sino onto Erupt Crimson makes a massive difference there in that fight. Good news is for the Eldritch Hounds, the Phoenix that you're dealing with is fine. However, for now, you're going to be pulled to the opposite side of the map. Because it's not the Fire Giant you're contesting with, it's likely the Titans pulling over to left. But this late in the game, Trelly, I mean, it's easy for me to look at the top of the screen, say 4K for the Titans, but it feels a bit closer than that.
Definitely does. Ducky's able to deal with this fire wave. He could always teleport back to the Phoenix if he feels like he's in trouble, and it looks like he's just going to return to base. It's going to be hard to push in to this Thoth. You can see why.
Good poke.
Half-health Paul with
But
a
no one
dash.
cleared the wave.
It means he's in trouble if Sino finds him, but Sino's on the right side of the map, so we'll be fine now. If you're a carry, you can't just step into a Phoenix unless someone's on Erupt Crimson. Sino and SOT have one job: stop the Thoth from just wailing away with all this damage. And it looks like Ducky's able to stop the split push of Sino as well. So the Hounds are going to be bunkered down. Poly shots from the Hades, though, could start to add up here on this Phoenix.
Yeah, walk up and taunt them, dog. They're right in front of you, man.
As well. Remember, he's built a lot of damage. It's just the Heart Ward and the upgraded Tainted Breastplate.
Yo, Oath should be happy that sash didn't hit. This man needs to chill. Stop sashing. Holy fuck. It's actually tilting me.
Staff of Mirrodin. It's a big bit of burst damage that's missing. Oath Pulled in. Ultimate out of Stewart. Uh-oh. SOT on the front line of the fight.
Quig's
He gets melted
dead.
down just a bit. Quig left alone, and Paul is unstoppable. He's taking the game over.
Oh, nice.
Oh, but Crimson answers
Let it
back.
go now.
These
Let
mid
it go
laners
and just defend left.
will not give it up. And it's a trade out on either side.
Tier 2 tower still to go through on the left, so you've got some time if you're the Hounds to heal up, but the Tartarus Titans, they're feeling confident after that kill on the Quig. Beautiful ultimate there from Paul, but Crimson makes sure to get one of his own. Trading support for jungle. Quig's definitely going to be back a bit sooner, and he's got ultimate to join if he needs to, but they're not leaving anywhere. SOT stealing the red buff away, while the rest of the Titans are going to step up, but they don't have a linear engage.
No.
It's a war getting pull, and if not, they cannot step in for this. But SOT does have that blink. No Pillar of Agony. He's going to blink it and maybe look for a fear. The Phoenix has to be
This
the
is
target, but they
okay.
know
This is
without their jungler, without another
the Eldritch
target
Hounds
to
should
go
be
to him,
happy
they're
right
gonna have to
now.
back up.
They didn't lose
Two
left
birds down,
Phoenix.
they're
You
happy to
never
back.
care that you
Say
lose
we're
right or
looking
mid
at the
Phoenix.
diamonds.
Or the
Which
Fire
ones
Giant
fill
side
up
Phoenix.
first?
You don't care.
Where you might
This is
see
best case
initiation
scenario.
fly in
What
from
happened
either
here?
team. Just now, most of the ults coming back up. Gold Fury for the Titans.
This Naja just has to be
Power
patient.
potions
That's
or
it.
items that needed to be completed that'll help out, but
If I was this Naja, I would
Outside of that,
sit on my
wildly
Thoth
important.
and kill this fucking Pele that goes on my
Map states are
Thoth.
difference
That's what
maker
the
here at
Naja should be
35-minute
doing in
mark.
this game.
Either the Titans
He should just be
win this
sitting on her
game, they go
Thoth
to
or his
Worlds, send the
Thoth
Hounds to tomorrow,
and
or the Eldritch Hounds
killing
win
the
one more
Pele
fight.
when she blinks in.
Shove it into the base of the Tartarus Titans and send us to a game 5. Both options equally tantalizing here, Trelly. The Hounds have performed admirably regardless of the outcome of this game, and the Titans have really swung in both games 2 and game 3 in a brawl in our fourth and what could be final game of this set. Hounds had opportunities to maybe close the door a bit further, but again, some veteranship from the Titans stabilizes, take a deep breath, and have completely flipped this game around. You can tell just by body language now, too. It's the Titans feeling a bit emboldened, and it's the Titans who may end up finding Quig. A hook out from Aurora, though. Just short miss. 20 seconds left on the Fire Giant. Hounds, you know, you don't have far to go, but you do have to leave. Deal with these fire minions at certain rates.
Yeah, Donkey clears very fast, so that's not going to be the biggest issue. That right side bird is weak, but once that fire wave over on right gets clear, they should be fine. But
Oh, no.
Crimson, you're so close.
Oh,
to
this
the
is dangerous.
tanks.
Oh, this
Loses
is dangerous.
speed so
It's
early
bad.
on.
Oh, it's bad. Crimson backs away. So initiation. For
What?
War. Actually, now off the map. SOT has found Crimson. Aegis helps, but it's not enough. Crim is down. They have caught out the mid laner of the Hounds. And now the dominoes fall. It's a
I
double kill
can't
for
watch
Sino
anymore, bro.
Paul at 9 and 2.
I'm tilted.
Willing his team back to
I'm
the
tilted.
Smite World Championships. A world without Paul is not a world I want to live in, and I won't have to. The Titans go into the SWC.
I cannot believe the Eldritch Hounds